The Mystic Spearhand is definitely one of the coolest, funnest, and very powerful vocations in Dragon's Dogma 2. I know many people, much like myself, want to play this vocation as quickly as possible to enjoy the game feeling like a true badass. Well, you're in luck, because with a little knowledge, you could get this vocation in just a couple hours of gameplay from the start of the game if you know the quests you need to do and how to do them quickly. The goal of this guide is to get you the Mystic Spearhand as quickly as possible, likely in just a couple hours after starting. A minor spoiler warning, I will show you the map and guide you through a couple of early quests so you can get this easily and as quickly as possible. It is really early game stuff though, but this is your warning. The first thing you want to know to get this amazing vocation early is that it requires a little bit of main story progression to trigger an event that lets you gain this class. So at the very beginning of your game, you want to progress through the Border Watch outpost. This is the area where you gain your pawns, and then you want to make your way through the wilderness towards Melve, and take note because we'll be coming back here later. In Melve, you will have a story sequence where you have a flashback against the dragon, then you'll wake up with everyone's favourite gal Ulrika, and then you want to go outside and talk to Lennart in the tavern. From here, you can then follow these soldiers back to the capital of Vermund. You will essentially make this progress through the map in this section, and on the way you'll be fighting some goblins until eventually you reach the Cyclops guarding the way forwards. Deal with this Cyclops however you desire, and make sure to throw the explosive barrel or a rock at the water dam, which will cause it to flood and open the pathway forwards. This can also really hurt the Cyclops if you just want to cheese it, so you can do this straight away. From here, you want to go into the ox cart to get to Vermund even faster. Sit in the back and rest in it, but this will trigger an attack on the ox cart halfway there, where you must get out, kill some goblins to defend it, then get back in and rest to complete the journey. Now that you've made it to Vermund, you're very close to getting the Mystic Spearhand. What you want to do is talk to Brent when you first get here, and then meet him at the tavern at nighttime. You can rest on this bench in the tavern until it gets dark, and he'll be stood at the bar. Talk to him and follow him to a more secluded table. Here he will offer you a bunch of quests, and you must complete one of these. In my opinion, the fastest and easiest one is the Queen Regent quest called Disa's Plot. Take this quest and then run up to the castle as I do. Eventually, you will get to this bench where you want to rest a couple of times until it's dark, and once it is dark, you can then head inside. You'll see a soldier and they will guide you to a side entrance where you can sneak into the palace. Once you go inside, it's important to note that if a soldier spots you, you will be chased, so avoid getting spotted. But it's actually quite easy, just follow the route that I take to avoid all of the soldiers easily and quickly, and then go into the quest location and get the quest item in the room. At this point, you'll briefly meet Sven, have a little chat, and then what you can do is jump out of the window down to the ground, and here you're safe from any of the soldiers chasing you. Now you need to head back to Brent at the tavern. It should still be nighttime, so this will be pretty easy and quick. Talk to Brent about the Queen Regent, and this will complete the quest where you give the quest item, and now you're ready to head back to Melve. To get there quickly, go to the very main entrance and call an ox cart that's heading to Melve, and then hop in and doze off. Of course, you might get attacked along the way as usual, so deal with those enemies, hop back in, rest to complete your journey to Melve. Once you're back in Melve, you will see a Drake and you'll get a quick cutscene. This is your chance to get the class because Sigurd, the Mystic Spearhand Maister, is here and you can impress him. You want to attack the Drake with everything you have. If you focus on the boils all over its body, they will pop, causing a good chunk of damage, and destroying every boil will actually knock the Drake over, allowing you to do a crit strike for massive damage. It is unlikely that you will kill this Drake if this is your first playthrough, but dealing enough damage will be the goal. After a period of time, the Drake will fly away, or if you manage to kill it, congratulations, you are a true Arisen. Even if it does fly away, just make sure to talk to Sigurd nearby. He will always be present for this encounter, and by talking with him, if you dealt enough damage to the Drake, you will instantly get the Mystic Spearhand Vocation. It's good to note, if you missed him in this encounter, he will stay in Melve for a short period of time, and you can still talk to him here in case you missed it. However, if he isn't here for you any longer, he will instead be in his house, which is in Harv, and you can find him and talk to him here on the map. Now you have the awesome Mystic Spearhand Vocation, and you can purchase it at any Vocation guild, and you will get a full set of armor and the weapon, which early game is actually a massive boost in power. It's good to note that if you want to buy new weapons and armor for this Vocation, you will need to wait until you're in Back Batal or the later game areas that I won't spoil for you. If you want to kind of cheese this whole quest as well as the dragon and kill it easily, you can actually do this, and you will basically skip the second part of this quest, and it will give you one of the best Mystic Spearhand weapons as well as the Maister's teaching skill very early, which is awesome. When you first come to Melve and the dragon is here, instead of fighting it, run to the tower with the giant ballista nearby. Make sure you bring your pawns because they need to work the ballista with you so you can turn and aim it at the dragon. By fully charging and shooting 3 shots into the dragon, and you do have enough time to do this, it will instantly kill it, allowing you to loot the dragon to get this amazing weapon, which is one of the best available weapons for this Vocation outside of the very endgame weapon. And by killing the dragon, you can then talk to Sigurd a few times afterwards, and because killing the dragon is part of the next bit of the quest, and you've already defeated him, you should instantly get the Maister's teaching ultimate skill, and it is insane that you can do this so early. If you don't want to cheese this, or you missed out on doing this and you've already done this section, you can instead do the next part of the quest normally, and this is how you get that ultimate skill. You will likely want the Maister's teaching ultimate skill for this class, as it is incredible. It lets you do a flurry of attacks with a magic clone for huge damage at the cost of huge stamina, but it's so worth it. To do this, you need to travel here on the map in Batal to the Dragon's Breath Tower. It's a long, arduous journey full of enemies and danger on the way up, so this is only for the strong-hearted adventurer. At the very top of the hill though, you will finally get to Dragon's Breath Tower, and Sigurd will appear asking to join you on this hunt, as there's a Drake at the top of the tower to slay. Making your way through this maze-like tower to the very top is where you can then fight this horrible monster. Focus on the boils as before, keep your bubble shield up as much as possible, and after a long fight and successfully slaying the Drake, Sigurd will be so impressed he will give you his teachings to gain this amazing new skill, Wild Fury. And there you have it, a full walkthrough to get the extremely awesome Mystic Spearhand Vocation as fast as possible, and the location of its ultimate skill, because this is one I always use ever since I got it. Share any Mystic Spearhand tips down in the comments below so we can all learn together as a community, and subscribe for more Dragon's Dogma 2 coming your way soon.